Not long ago, Donald Trump and Elon Musk seemed like two powerful disruptors on parallel paths, each challenging the status quo in remarkably different arenas. Trump, through his bombastic brand of politics, and Musk, through bold innovation and unpredictable ambition, had what many called a mutual admiration society. Trump had openly praised Musk, calling him a genius, and applauding his achievements with Tesla and SpaceX. He even brought Musk into the White House fold, appointing him to his Business Advisory Council during his presidency. Musk, in turn, never fully embraced politics, but he welcomed the opportunity to offer tech-focused insight from the private sector. They didn't agree on everything, but they clearly found common ground in their shared distrust of mainstream institutions, the traditional media, and establishment gatekeepers. They were outsiders who had rewritten the rulebooks of influence, in politics and in technology. But today, that relationship has deteriorated into a very public and very global feud. It began subtly. A few mild disagreements. Passive comments in interviews. A tweet here, a headline there. But in classic internet age fashion, it quickly escalated, and the world was watching with popcorn in hand. Musk, now the owner of X, formerly Twitter, relaunched the platform as a digital free speech haven, rolling back censorship and reinstating previously banned accounts, including Trump's. But instead of returning to tweet, Trump stuck with Truth Social, the platform he founded after being banned from mainstream social media outlets. At first, it seemed Musk was throwing Trump an olive branch. But when Musk tweeted in 2022 that it was time for Trump to sail into the sunset, it sent a clear message: the admiration was eroding. Trump, never one to stay silent, struck back at a rally, calling Musk a bull's artist who once begged for government subsidies. Musk responded with sly tweets and eye-roll emojis, feeding the fire. This wasn't just disagreement, it was a collision of egos and ideologies. And while the headlines focused on entertaining quotes and online reactions, the implications go far deeper. When a former U.S. president and the world's richest tech mogul go to war in public, it sends shockwaves across sectors, from political campaigns and media narratives to the future of tech-powered influence. This feud is not just about personal pride. It reflects a larger battle playing out across the world. Who should shape the future? Politicians or innovators? Governments or private billionaires? It's happening at the exact moment the world is confronting issues like AI regulation, climate change, space colonization, and freedom of speech on digital platforms, issues where both Trump and Musk have loudly opposing takes. And as their falling out dominates headlines, tech companies, political strategists, and everyday people around the world are watching closely, not for gossip, but for insight into the true power struggle over the future of global leadership. Because whether we like it or not, when Trump versus Musk trends, it's not just trending, it's telling us what kind of leaders we pay attention to and what kind of world we might be heading into. Much of the fallout between Donald Trump and Elon Musk stems from a deeper issue: control over public conversation. Once united by a shared disdain for political correctness and mainstream media, the two titans have now become rivals on the modern battlefield of influence, social media. And in this new era, whoever guides the conversation can shift culture, stir controversy, and even sway elections. The cracks first appeared when Donald Trump was permanently banned from Twitter and Facebook following the January 6 Capitol riot. With his voice silenced across mainstream platforms, Trump took matters into his own hands by launching Truth Social, a platform tailored for conservative voices, designed to reflect his unfiltered political brand. It became his personal megaphone, a direct channel to his loyal base, free from fact-checks and moderation policies. For a while, Trump had no real competition in that space. That changed when Elon Musk stepped in. In what many called the biggest tech twist of the decade, Musk purchased Twitter in 2022 for $44 billion, expressing his intent to turn it into the digital town square. Almost immediately, Musk rolled back content moderation policies, unbanned controversial figures, and positioned himself as a self-declared free speech absolutist. Then came the headline move: Musk reinstated Trump's Twitter account. The entire internet held its breath. Would Trump return to the platform that had helped build his political brand? He didn't. Instead, in a bold gesture of independence, Trump refused to tweet and stayed true to Truth Social. Speculation swirled. Was it loyalty, pride, or strategy? Whatever the reason, it made one thing clear: These two power players were no longer just controversial personalities. They had become rival publishers in the fight to control global narratives. Then came the personal jabs. Musk tweeted that America needs new blood, a not-so-subtle dig at Trump's age and his ambition to return to the White House. It signaled that Musk wasn't just playing tech innovator anymore. He was dipping a toe into political commentary and, some say, challenging Trump's relevance as a leader. Trump, never one to stay quiet, fired back. At a rally, he dismissed Musk as a bull's artist, claiming Musk had once begged him for government subsidies and support. Trump painted the billionaire as opportunistic, someone who switches sides when it serves his interest. That back and forth ignited a digital duel, one that extended far beyond Twitter threads and soundbites. At its core, this wasn't just personal. It was a battle between two visions of expression, one anchored in loyalty to a political base, the other in platform ownership and algorithmic reach. Today, both Trump and Musk control massive audiences, run their own media platforms, and influence the way millions consume news, shape opinions, and form beliefs. Their fallout isn't just drama. It's a defining moment in the war over who gets to shape the global narrative, and how. And as their commentary grows louder, so does their impact, on politics, on culture, and on the digital world we all live in. But this rivalry between Donald Trump and Elon Musk is about more than just tweets, insults, or headlines. It's a clash of visions, two powerful figures representing vastly different ideas of leadership, influence, and the future of humanity. On one side stands Donald Trump, the embodiment of populist nationalism. Loud, unapologetic, unfiltered. Trump's brand is built on emotional resonance and tribal loyalty. His slogan, America First, isn't just a political message, it's a worldview. He thrives on challenging global institutions, rejecting elite consensus, and representing the forgotten, frustrated voter who feels sidelined by modern progress. Trump's leadership is personal. It's personality first. His followers aren't just voters, they're believers. His influence doesn't come from detailed policy. It comes from an ability to tap into cultural anxiety and political anger. Then, across the battlefield, is Elon Musk, a man who doesn't want to lead nations as much as he wants to lead civilization to a new era. Musk represents futurism at full throttle. He's not concerned with building walls, he's building rockets. While Trump talks about manufacturing jobs and immigration, Musk talks about colonizing Mars, plugging the human brain into AI, and building a global satellite internet. Where Trump sees America, Musk sees humanity. Where Trump pushes tradition, Musk embraces disruption. But Musk is just as polarizing. He's unpredictable. One day libertarian, the next progressive. One tweet can tank a stock, the next can change global tech policy. His leadership is data-driven, but emotionally aloof. He appeals not to ideology, but to those who believe in acceleration, change, and innovation, no matter the cost. Now that these two figures are publicly at odds, their fallout is creating something much bigger than a media skirmish. It's a cultural reckoning. Their feud has sparked global debates that echo far beyond American borders. Free speech versus responsible moderation. Trump wants absolute freedom to say what he wants, while Musk experiments with platform openness, yet still struggles with the tension of what should stay and what should go. Traditional leadership versus tech disruption. Trump rose through old institutions, real estate, media, and politics. Musk built his empire outside of them, using technology to question why those institutions even exist. Nationalism versus globalism. Trump speaks to one nation. Musk speaks to the entire planet, and possibly beyond. This isn't just a war of words. It's a battle of worldviews, and both men have the tools to impact public opinion, investment, global markets, and even election outcomes. One commands crowds. The other commands code. One sells nostalgia for power. The other sells dreams of the future. And caught in the crossfire are we, the audience, the voters, the consumers, left to decide which vision of leadership defines the next chapter of our world. Because as their influence grows and their platforms evolve, one thing is certain: this feud isn't just personal. It's the front line of a global transformation. On the surface, the Trump versus Musk feud might seem like another social media spat, spiced with ego, opinion, and a stream of viral tweets. But dig a little deeper, and it becomes clear: this rivalry isn't just about personalities. It's a reflection of power shifting in real time, with implications that stretch far beyond screens and soundbites. In today's hyperconnected world, platforms like X, formerly Twitter, now owned and reimagined by Elon Musk, are no longer just apps. They are infrastructure. They influence elections, shape the news cycle, and guide how billions of people understand reality. When a trending post reaches hundreds of millions in seconds, it can alter the social fabric more swiftly than any government announcement or primetime news. Under Musk's ownership, X has become a platform that both expands freedom of speech and challenges the boundaries of content moderation. Supporters see it as a libertarian utopia, raw, real, and open. Critics worry it has become a breeding ground for misinformation, division, and unchecked influence, especially with figures like Trump potentially returning to the platform. Meanwhile, Musk's projects stretch far beyond social media. His work in AI, space exploration, neural implants, and green energy are reshaping industries, and soon, the human experience itself. Whether it's Neuralink, aiming to fuse minds with machines, or Starlink, offering global internet through satellites, Musk isn't just building products. He's crafting the infrastructure of the future. Now, contrast this with Donald Trump's political resurgence. With a possible White House comeback in 2024, Trump could once again hold the most powerful office in the world. His policies, especially around climate, regulation, military power, and international diplomacy, have global consequences. His base remains loyal, his messaging sharp, and his influence, regardless of platform, undeniable. Imagine that, a world where a returning political titan and a tech empire ruler, once loosely allied, are now at strategic odds, both fighting for voice, votes, and vision. And here's the real challenge. Can political power and technological dominance peacefully coexist? As this feud unfolds, it forces society to ask increasingly urgent questions. Should billionaires have the power to steer public discourse, especially on platforms where real debates, policies, and elections are shaped? Should political leaders escape accountability by launching their own echo chambers, like Trump's Truth Social, where opposing views are rarely welcomed? And perhaps most unsettling, is the public's trust drifting away from traditional government figures toward individuals who own the tools we use daily? Because this feud isn't just about who has more followers or who gets more headlines. It's about the very soul of leadership, accountability, and influence in a world where technology moves faster than laws, and charisma can outperform experience. In other words, Trump versus Musk isn't just a clash of two giants. It's the latest chapter in a global struggle over who really runs the world, those we vote for or those we follow. And that battle is only just beginning. At the moment, reconciliation between Donald Trump and Elon Musk feels increasingly unlikely. The sharp remarks continue, each one echoed across social media and replayed on international news. Whether it's Musk's cryptic tweets or Trump's fiery rally soundbites, the tension stays alive, and so does the global fascination. Their supporters aren't just watching, they're engaging, choosing sides, and defending their champion online and offline. But step back from the headlines, the hashtags, and the hype, and a much deeper question emerges. One that isn't about either man individually, but about the future of power itself. What kind of world are we creating? Are we moving toward a system where influence comes through innovation, regardless of election, experience, or oversight? Or do we still believe that leadership should be held accountable through voting, governance, and public service? In short, small blue diamond, do we trust those who challenge the system, or those who build new ones entirely? Small blue diamond, should influence come from holding office, or from owning platforms and data pipelines? Small blue diamond, are we entering an age where charisma and screen presence matter more than policy, planning, or public service? These are questions not just for Americans, but for everyone living in a digitized, decentralized, and increasingly disrupted world. Because this isn't just about Trump versus Musk. It's about a changing understanding of leadership. In the past, power was concentrated in palaces and parliament buildings, held by those who won elections or climbed institutional ladders. But today, power flows through an entirely different system, one governed by algorithms, audience loyalty, and digital ownership. Musk owns X, controls the narrative pipelines, pushes the boundaries of science, and voices opinions that influence entire industries. Trump owns his brand, his base, and his breakaway platform, mobilizing millions with a few keystrokes and dominating public discourse despite being outside traditional power. Their duel is symbolic and potentially world-defining. They aren't just shaping their own legacies. They're helping shape how we, the people, think about what makes someone trustworthy, what defines effective leadership, who gets to speak and who gets heard, and how truth and fact survive in a flood of opinion and speculation. We're not just watching a personal grudge match. We're witnessing the collision of two world orders, one grounded in classic political structure, one fueled by digital empire building. And in that collision, we're being asked silently, maybe unknowingly, to vote with more than just a ballot. We're voting with our attention, our time, our trust, our clicks. Trump versus Musk might be two names in a headline today, but their impact points to something far bigger. They are avatars of the new age, pulling us into a conversation about control, chaos, and who truly defines our future. And as that future unfolds, we must all ask, not just who's winning, but what are we becoming? Thanks for watching. If you found this thought-provoking, hit that like button, subscribe for more global stories, and tell us in the comments. Whose vision do you believe will shape the world? Donald Trump's? Elon Musk's? Or someone entirely new? Until next time, stay curious. Stay aware. This is Elite Stories, Unlocking the Untold.